Kumusta ka mo? Hi, it's Viktoria Vox. Our background has improved just a tad bit. I used some plants, fake plants, and some accessories, and I added a light bulb in that lamp. Okay, boomer. You've heard those two words before, and with feelings too. You know, every generation is different, and some generations are just a product of a certain culture. Ang iba they experience war, colonization, or forced into migration. Whatever the circumstances, there are reasons of why boomers are boomers, or parents are parents. I'm gonna take half of this talk with discussing the difference of the parenting styles of the boomers and millennial parents. So I'm gonna start with this sentence. I believe that some millennial parents are the way they are because of their boomer parents. It's either they completely did the opposite of what their parents did to them, or how they were disciplined, or they're just passing down traumas they've also experienced with their parents. Some boomers say millennials have it easy. Ang iba naman ng mga millennials, they say that life is harder nowadays. One thing is for sure though, that it was a different time when boomers were having babies. But how do boomer parents compare to millennial parents? Let us count the ways. Most boomer parents are strict, commanding. I'm gonna say that again. Most. Okay? Let's say some parents would not spend quality time with their kids, or not take the time to hear them out or get to know them, but they demand their kids to be present during meal times or family gatherings, or to have their back. They demand obedience and respect without listening to their kids or even showing them respect as their own person. Most millennials, on the other hand, focus more on positive parenting. We try to spend time with our kids. We try to break the generational curses that are inherited by our parents and their parents' parents. It's not a mystical curse. It's a toxic cycle that needs to end. Most boomers are number one in gaslighting. So in return, most millennials have inherited it. Ano na ang gaslighting? Amo na bala ang gina-deny mo ang imong sala sa isa ka tawo. O kung balis ka dun mo, nga silang may sala kisa sa ikaw. I actually have a video of that, talking about the different types of gaslighting, I think, or types of manipulation, and then under that is gaslighting. So if you want to know more about it, here's a link. For example, ginsakit mo ang imong bata, di naghibi. Tapos, hambalan mo lang nga man mahibi ka gid. Sakit gid haw, o nagayda bala inoy. Or, nan, te obrahon mapaliwat. Sige, yada bala. Or there are times that you may not have physically hurt them, but you did hurt their feelings up to the point that they just want to leave you or cut you off. Tapos kisa akong na-hurt gani feelings mo, ambalan ka pa ng ginikanan mo nga. Di layas to. The door is wide open. I'll give you a concrete example of gaslighting. It's like taking your friend's phone in front of them and saying, I didn't take your phone. But it's in your hand. You took it in front of them, but then you say, no, I didn't take your phone. You're just delusional. Muna bala? Nan, gaslighting na. Or kung magambalang bata mo nga, may ginubra ang yaya mo, simo. Ginsakit ka habang wala sila. Ginkusi ka, muna bala? Tapos, ang mabatian mo pa sa ginikanan mo, pamatyagan mo lang na basi hindi niya man na mean. Or basi may ginubra ka guro sala. Ladies and gentlemen, that's basic gaslighting. And I'm sure you've heard worse. Kis agani, if you exercise your right to positive parenting, hambalan ka pa nga, amo na spoiled sa mga kabataan, subong, wala ka pamati sa mga ginikanan nila. So now what? You just want to be the parent who always gets what they want from their children. Isn't that dictatorship rather than parenting? So as a parent, they cannot oppose your views. Kaya ikaw dapat ang sundon maskin sala ka na o kung sala ang ginubra mo. Let's put the comparison aside from both generations and just focus on general parenting. Some parents try to hear out their kids as much as they could and apologize when they're wrong. Ang iba naman, they tell their kids not to show that they're scared or their fear. Kaya daw hindi ka lalaki or you're not an adult. if you show your vulnerability or if you cry. Talawit ka. Some parents now actually want their kids to know that it's okay to be afraid, to be vulnerable. Also, if you want to know about vulnerability, here's the link. Ari lang di si mommy, ari lang di si daddy. Sana all no? But some would usually say, do isulod mo na lang ko sa bulsa mo kung sabat-sabat mo. Kung ikaw gani ang ginikanan that do not take accountability for your actions, kung tamaan ka controlling si mo, kung tanan na lang nga gusto mo kinahanglan patihon, or kung i-prioritize mo ang imong kinahanglan at your children's expense, hindi ka na makibot kung isa ka adlaw, layasan ka sang bata mo. And if you're the child who doesn't know boundaries because your parents never taught you how to, you might end up having so much trauma and confusion, wherein you don't know who you are anymore. Some parents, especially the previous generation, like to punish and set unreasonable rules. Luhod sa asin, hanot sang paha o kung silhig, o kung ikulong sa cage sang ido kung makulit gani. Bisan mabalian na sang buto ang imo nga bata o kung madulaan na sang tingog sa kahibi, sige lang, okay lang, para disiplinahon ta. That is not positive parenting at all. Some parents now, however, are more gentle because they don't want their kids to get hurt. I do know some millennial parents do tend to hurt their kids because that's how they were raised, that's how they were disciplined, but they never realize that it doesn't really help the child. You think that fear is discipline, but it's not. There's a proper way to discipline a child by not giving them fear, by not letting them feel that they need to fear you in order to be disciplined. No, that's actually just another curse to break. Kahapos lang nabada sa mga parents ang unang maghambal nga sang tiyempo namon, amo na. Tilain man sang una, kaglain man subong. Muna gani ang ginahambal nga modern problems require modern solutions. Like the boomers, mahilig gid nga magpilit sang ilang mga bata. Kung anong gani suksukon, kung anong ang kurso nga kwaon, kung sino pa manahon, kag kung sino pa nga sawahon. Ang tipo na bala nga hindi na magkaon ang bata kay busog na, pero piliton mo gyapon. Piliton mo pa kanon, maskin busog na gani. You know, that's another topic I want to discuss with, which is an unhealthy relationship to food, and that's one of the causes, but I'm just going to talk about that in a later video. But yeah, you don't respect your child's boundaries when it comes to saying no. If they say stop, you don't recognize that, you just want to push and push and push. Or hindi gusto sang bata nga mag-kiss sa ninang o kung ninong niya. Piliton mo gid kay it's a sign of respect. Hindi pwede nga hindi lang gid ready ang bata mo ya. Hindi ayhan pwede nga ang iyaya nga boundaries ang kinahanglan mo i-respect. As parents, we only want what's best for them. We want them to be who they are and do things that they want. We can only help them by not ruling their lives. Ruling, okay? Not ruining, ruling. But of course, you know, if you keep on ruling over their lives, if you keep on controlling them, then yes, you are ruining their lives. I really hope that all parents are like this, but I also know that it's not going to happen anytime soon, especially in our culture. Together with my husband, we practice positive parenting. How does it affect our child? So first misconception is that they get spoiled. So no, our child is not spoiled. How? Because we don't give him everything. There's also boundaries and there's also limits, you know? What we do give in an unlimited manner is understanding and accountability. So we have happier and more expressive kids. Kung magsabat gani sila, it's considered as a response, not a disrespect. Kung paano ka gani mag-communicate o kung magsabat sa bata mo, amo man na siya magsabat sa imo. Monkey see, monkey do. So kung ginabastos mo siya, well, expect nga bastuson ka man niya. Kis aga ni imbis nga saway lang, may upod pa nga singgit. Kis ang ibanda, gapanakit pa. Bisan gani kusi o kung dukol na, masakit pa na gyapon sa bata. With positive parenting, we don't make our kids feel small and helpless. They're not threatened physically or emotionally. They're actually in a healthy, loving environment. In an environment that makes sure they are heard. They have a safe space. They can feel and say whatever they want without the fear of being ridiculed or punished. With positive parenting, kids feel supported and understood. They are heard, they are seen and respected as human beings. Positive parenting is not spoiling our kids. It's letting them express themselves, having empathy for them and understanding what they're going through. And if we can't understand why our kids are being who they are, then we seek proper help, professional help. Instead of punishing kids, we explain to them what they did wrong. We don't punish them. We're here for them in facing the results of their actions. Positive parenting is holding ourselves accountable. And that's how we teach our kids accountability. For example, wala mo gimpamatian mayo ang imong bata. Ginakigan mo siya nga wala kapag gani kabalo sang bilog nga istorya. Then, na-realize mo gani pagkatapos mo siya nga istoryahon that it was your fault. So you say sorry. Apologize for not listening or giving them a chance to speak. Your child needs to know that their feelings matter. Positive parenting has no space for our ego and pride. We can't make our children's lives about us. Kung may opinion gani nga lain ang bata mo, kung ga-disagree siya sa imo, kung ga-disagree siya sa gusto mo, kung ang gusto mo gani wala yan na sunod, nay, day, it is not about you. They don't have to please you to listen to them. Hindi nga kinalan pa nila mag-mind games o kung mag-tipto para lang nga hindi ka ma-offend na nag-disagree sila sa imo. That your children are always walking on eggshells when they try to have a conversation with you. Hambalan ka nila nga ka-sensitive si mo, pero kung hindi ka gani mag-agree sila ang una nga mga kagsimo. Ano gitman bala? Positive parenting sees kids as their own person. You do not own your kids. They are treated with respect instead of being demanded for them to give respect. We need to respect their boundaries. We need to give them space. As parents, we need to be the first line of defense. Give them time and space to let them feel what they're feeling. And let them know that their feelings are valid. Let them know that they are believed. Sino pa bimamati kag magpati sa ila kung di ka mo? Kita nga mga ginikanan. Wala nga ginikanan ang may gusto nga magpareho sa kung ano man nga toxic nga ginhalinan nila. But unfortunately, for some parents, they don't know that what they came from was toxic. So instead, whatever they learned from their parents that were toxic and traumatizing, they just pass it down to their children as well. It is unfortunate. And it has to change. We are not perfect. But I do believe that the first step to being better parents is to remind ourselves that it is not about us. Our kids, they will grow to be their own person, and we should let them be. Let's get to know our kids. Let's hear them out. Let them be kids with questions, with likes and dislikes of their own. Let them cry, let them be happy, let them feel loved and free. So this is the end. And this is the 50th episode of this Makeup Therapy series. And if you like content such as this, please hit the like, the share, comment your thoughts down below, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.